Hi, everyone. My name is Jenna Schulman, and if you haven't already watched one of these, welcome to my 45th College Summer Spotlight Series event. I'm an independent counselor in Northern New Jersey, where Laura Travis of the University of Delaware has her territory in Northern New Jersey, I think, right? You were, there's always the Divide, Bergen, lots of counties, lots of territories to cover, lots of New Jersey students. So I know Delaware has been so popular for my students and they've had such a great experience there. So I would love for Laura to give a little insight on the University of Delaware for those who haven't been there, don't know much about it. And we will, get to some questions at the end. So I will hand it over to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jenna. And do I have the ability to share my screen? So, hi, everybody. So, my name is Laura Travis, and I'm your admissions counselor at University of Delaware. In the chat, I've included some helpful links and also my email in there. It's leroy@udel.edu. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at any time. And if I don't have the answers, we'll get you connected and hopefully get the answers that you're looking for. So today, the goal is just to get you a little more familiar with University of Delaware, the academic offerings, what campus life is like, all the different opportunities. And then we'll talk about the application process and then open it up to question and answer. Sound good? Hopefully, it's hard to communicate. I'm looking at myself, so that's okay. But if we'll wait and hold the questions until question and answer, since I'm going to share my screen right now. But anybody's in the chat. Okay, Mark says, I'm not seeing the information in the chat. Is that because I'm a panelist?
Yeah, that's true. You sent it to all panelists and not all attendees.
Let me just cut. Thank you, Mark, for bringing that to my attention.
I think it's all panelists.
Yep.
And attendees, yeah.
Let's try that. Take two. All right.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, can everybody see that now? Give me a thumbs up or something.
Yes, and Jillian, you're muted. Everyone's muted except for me and you.
All right, thanks, Mark, for bringing that up. So I'm just going to share my screen and get started to help you get to know UD a little bit better. So, all right. So just a little bit about our location. Hopefully some of you have had a chance to visit. If you haven't, perhaps you will, but we are approximately halfway between New York City and Washington, D.C. So on a good driving day, it takes me about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get to your area when I'm visiting up there. Sometimes 2.5 if it's a little bit further north. And then Washington, D.C. is about 2 hours south. Baltimore, you'll see here, is an hour south of us, and Philadelphia is 45 minutes. We are right off I-95, so it's a very straightforward drive. And we also have an Amtrak station right on campus, and Megabus comes to and from all of these major metropolitan cities. Really inexpensive way to get around. If you guys have ever seen that double-decker blue bus with the smiley guy on the side, again, really great way to get around to any of these cities. So you can explore them for personal reasons, like if there's just something else you want to do, for cultural reasons, or for internship opportunities. Now, there's going to be a ton of internship opportunities right on campus and very close to campus. Many of our students will branch out, though, and want to go and expand into Philly or Baltimore. So it's really feasible to be in Philly in the morning for an internship and then be back on campus for classes in the afternoon. So that's the location. And our state, Delaware, has quite a few benefits. We're really small, and one of the benefits there is that our student population consists of about 1/3 students from the state of Delaware, 2/3 are from out of state. So even though you would be coming to a state university, you're actually going to be meeting our Delawareans, and you're going to get to meet people from all over the region, all over the country, and all over the world. So Delaware also is very tax friendly. So did anybody out there know that over 60% of the Fortune 500 companies are actually incorporated in our little state? It can help to have those kind of connections when you are looking for internship opportunities and job opportunities as well. And finally, we're sales tax free. So if you have any big ticket items that you want to purchase, like a computer, if you wait and you buy them in Delaware, you're going to save a few bucks. Campus has a lot to offer. So down here, you get a glimpse of what campus looks like. You'll see a lot of green space, beautiful mature trees. There's brick pavers, brick buildings, very picturesque. You can take a virtual tour in one of the links, and it'll just give you a quick overview of what campus looks like and the different buildings. But it's nestled in the town of Newark, Delaware. And if you really like nature, White Clay Creek borders campus, so you can hike, bike, and even fish. It's just steps away. Another popular feature of Newark, Delaware is Main Street. So 70 different stores and restaurants run along Main Street. Dining hall food is awesome. There's a lot of variety, including vegan, gluten-free, and kosher. But if you want even more, walk to Main Street. Any kind of cuisine you like, we probably have it. So if we have any sushi fans out there, there's a fantastic sushi place. There's Panera, Starbucks, Dunkin', Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Pliables, Honey Grow, Duck Donuts, so many places. And then there's some unique places that like pizzerias and things like that as well. Main Street also has most of the stores that you might need in your 4 years there. So there's a pharmacy, there's a post office, plenty of banks, cell phone providers, places to get your hair cut, places to shop, movie theater. And the cool part is it's within walking distance, you know? So Delaware's the kind of place that you can have a car if you want one as a freshman, even if you want. You got to pay for parking like everybody else, but you don't need a car to get around all 4 years. We've got sort of main campus, and then we have South Campus, which is about 1.5 miles away. And if you're interested in agriculture, our U Dairy, which is our creamery, is down there, and some of the health science classes are down there. There's a bus that'll run back and forth every 10 to 15 minutes. And there's an app on your phone, so it's live time. You could walk, but it's about a 20-minute walk. Most everything, though, is a 10 to 15-minute walk right on campus. So we've got about 17,000 undergraduate students. It makes us a mid-sized university. It's big enough where you're not going to know everybody. However, it's small enough that you're going to be able to find your niche and develop those one-on-one relationships with your professors, which are really key. Some other features of campus are here. We've got a 350-acre working farm. We've got our own creamery on campus. So the cows that live on that farm produce the milk that we then make into ice cream. We call it cow to cone. I think there's a winter session class that you can take where you actually get to develop and market your own flavor if you're the lucky team that gets selected. But pretty cool process there. And then there's labs. We've got health, wellness, and fitness. There's a 3-story gym that has, I mean, everything you might possibly want. All different classes like CrossFit, hot yoga, Pilates, spinning, those kind of things. And then, of course, there's weights and machines. There's even an indoor track. There's gyms. There's a rock wall, racquetball if you like that. Indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool. We've got tennis courts, lots of turf fields. So if you're into health and fitness, lots of options for you there. Down at the bottom right is a picture of our new Makers Gym. So if you have an idea and you want to make something, even if you don't have the skills to do it, you can make it happen in this brand new space. So you can take your idea to them, and they will help train you on any of the machines. So there's a 3D printer, there's a laser cutter, there's an industrial sewing machine, there's a full woodworking and metal shop. So they'll give you the training that you need, and or they will pair you up with an upperclassman who's already proficient in using those. So you can just take an idea that you have in your head and actually create it. I heard somebody wanted to do around the holidays, they wanted to make family belt buckles and give them out as gifts to their family members. So all they did is they had an idea, they jotted it down on a piece of paper, took it in, said, I want to design this, and came out with that, which is kind of neat that you can do that. You don't need to be an engineering student for that. Some other neat facilities on campus: hotel. We have our own hotel and our own restaurant that are managed by the students. If you're interested in business, we've got a trading center, replica of the New York Stock Exchange, and we use the Bloomberg software there. So those are just some of the facilities that are special to campus. So ideas. Everybody has ideas. We just talked about the belt buckle one. Ideas can grow with support and collaboration, and that's the kind of culture and environment that we have here on campus. So one way which ideas can grow and impact the world we live in is through research. And did anybody out there know that University of Delaware is a Tier 1 research institution? So we're classified in the top 3% of all universities in the country for the most research activity going on. And in the research world, we're small. What that means for you is that you can get involved in research as early as your freshman year as an undergraduate, which is pretty unique. A lot of the major research institutions, you have to wait until you're a graduate student. Now, there's research going on in many different departments, including the ones you would traditionally think of and ones you might not think of, like English or education, even history. Imagine partnering with a professor who is developing a tool to screen for cancer. Or maybe you're interested in computers and phones, and you want to help one of the professor who is developing a battery. It's lightweight, portable, but it's also flexible, so you can literally roll it up, put it in your pocket, and go. You could pair with a professor who's designing clothing for young children with developmental delays. This clothing is functional, so it helps these young children move. It's comfortable, it looks good, and it's affordable. I mean, those are just a couple of examples. Research might not be in the forefront of your mind right now, but I just suggest keeping an open mind to it, because there's some pretty impactful projects that are going on, and you might have your own idea in which a professor could get behind your idea, and you guys together could develop and work on your own research. Another way which ideas grow is through entrepreneurship. We've got quite a few startups on campus, so truly the next big idea could be yours. So we're designed for the collaboration, and that's not only across our campus, but throughout the country and throughout the world. We partner with a lot of different organizations. What we're looking at here is a historic diorama that's owned by Tuskegee University. It was created by African-American artists, and it reflects pivotal moments in African-American history. They had fallen into disrepair. Tuskegee knew about our art conservation program, so they called our lead professor and invited her and several students down to evaluate the condition of the diorama and come up with restoration plan. So it's just an example of one of the partnerships that we have in the country. Academically, class sizes. Average class size is about 35 students. Student to faculty ratio is 12:1. Best part is our professors teach all of our classes, okay? So even though we're somewhat of a mid-sized university, and you will have a few larger classes, most likely in your freshman year, all that material will be delivered to you from a full faculty member. There may be TAs that help and break down into smaller groups within those larger classes. Our professors are required to have office hours, and so are our TAs. So there is your chance to develop that relationship, right? You can go in, and if you're not sure what to say to a professor, just ask them, hey, what are you working on? Because most of them are involved in some sort of research or some sort of project. Or like, what drew you to your field of study? They're passionate about what they do. They are going to talk. And if what they say resonates for you, that may be your chance to partner with them to help them with their research, or they're usually well connected in the industry and can help get you connected for that internship that you're looking for. And an internship well done often leads to that job offer that we're all looking for. So, majors. There's a lot of ways you can pursue your passions here. We've got 150 majors to choose from. So if you're not sure what you want, you've got a lot of options to explore. This tool is called Major Finder. Powerful. It will give you a snapshot, but a comprehensive look about each major. The formatting is the same on every page, so you can compare majors really easily. When you click on any major, you're going to see a list of career paths that major could lead to. So you can look down that list and be like, you know what, I could see myself doing this or this. This makes sense. It will describe what makes the program special at University of Delaware. It'll give a list of clubs that you can get involved with that have to do with that major. That's going to help you build your experiences, expand your network. Scroll down towards the bottom of each page. You'll see a curriculum for the classes you would take all 4 years. Another great way, open it up, look at all the classes, and you can confirm, I love all these classes. This is definitely the major for me. Or you might look down like junior year and say, I had no idea I needed to study this subject for this major. I think I might want to keep looking, right? At the very bottom of each page, there will be an outcomes link. So we're collecting data so you can see what our recent graduates are doing. When you click on this page, you will see the companies that are hiring our recent graduates and what jobs those graduates are actually doing and their median salary. So you can kind of get a glimpse into what your earning potential might be if you choose that major. On the right-hand side of each page, if our students are moving on to graduate school, it will list which universities and for what degrees. And there'll also be a map so you can see where in the country our graduates are landing upon graduation. So beyond the classroom, there's ways to enrich your experiences, one of which is the Honors College. So if you're taking a lot of APs, IBs if your school offers them, that kind of thing, consider the Honors Program. You'll be challenged. So your class sizes are going to be smaller. You're going to delve more deeply into your subject matter, maybe asked to do additional research, write additional papers, that kind of thing. There's an enrichment component. So there's field trips, there's volunteer opportunities, service learning, that kind of thing that are available to our Honors College. And then finally, the community. As a freshman, you will live in honors housing with all of the honors students. So you'll have an upperclassman mentor that's going to help you through the rigors of the program. They devise social events. They bring in professors. There's a standing night pizza with a professor. They just come in very informally and we'll sit and chat with anybody. So really neat opportunities. And it is very much of a community-based organization within UD. Another way which you can pair your passions is through our Scholars and Fellows programs. There's 6 of these available, and you can learn more at the website at the top here. But these, you want to think of these as a little bit less time commitment than a minor, a little more time commitment than just a club or organization. So some of the areas, if you're interested, include cybersecurity, community engagement, accessibilities. There's a brand new one about climate and global warming and keeping our climate preserved. And then we have one for engineers. Easiest one to talk about is entrepreneurship. So has everybody seen Shark Tank? Hope so. This, we call it the Minnow Tank. It's, you know, not on TV, it's not quite as much money, but it is the same premise. So if you have an idea for a business app, maybe you have a business plan, maybe you've started your own business and you want to grow it, pitch that idea to the entrepreneurship program. They may invest in you to start your own business. So these are programs, they're 4 years. And typically they're going to be, you'll have one extra component each semester, so to speak, that there'll be requirements and it'll get you engaged. Again, think of it as something less commitment than a minor, more commitment than a club or organization. And you will apply for those when you apply to University of Delaware. So growth can extend beyond the classroom with study abroad. Anybody interested in study abroad? So Delaware was the first school in the country to start a study abroad program way back in 1923. That's your history lesson for the day. What it means for us is that we are well connected in over 100 different countries that span over 6 different continents. Okay? So you can study abroad as early as your freshman year. And we have a fall semester and a spring semester. Delaware also has an extended winter session, 5.5 weeks. It begins early January. This is optional. So you as a student, you will either participate in winter session in some way, shape, or form, or you literally will stay home for 5.5 weeks. Many students like to study abroad during this time because you're immersing yourself in the culture, but you're not missing an entire fall or spring. So if you're in a structured curriculum like nursing or engineering, you're not going to be able to study abroad during fall or spring. It's just not possible. However, at Delaware, you can study abroad over that winter session. Winter session has a lot of benefits too in other ways. Typically, our students will take 1, maybe 2 classes over winter session. So it's a great way to get extra credits. So if you want to double major, you can do that. If you want to major and minor, usually it's about 6 additional classes to minor in something on average. So think about it. Over the span of 4 years, if you're taking 1 or 2 classes over winter session, you can very feasibly pick up a minor, double, or even triple minor and still graduate within 4 years. So we're top 10 in the country for graduating our students within 4 years, and winter session is a big reason why that's possible. Another way in which you could use winter session to benefit you is for that internship opportunity or research. You are getting 5.5 weeks of very focused experience. So that's going to help you with your resume, your experiences, and it's also going to help you to confirm like, yeah, I'm in the right major, or you know what, maybe I want to expand and keep continuing to look. If you want to be even more globally connected when you graduate, consider the World Scholars Program. This is different from study abroad, all right? This is a 4-year experience. Freshman year, first semester, you are not coming to little old Newark, Delaware behind me. You get to go to Italy, Spain, Greece, or New Zealand. Now, you're going to be with other University of Delaware freshmen that are in this program. You're all together. You will be at English-speaking universities. You come home spring semester, you're a regular student on campus. Sophomore year, regular student on campus, but you get to live in our international housing. So now you are getting to meet people from all over the world that you'll have connections, hopefully for the rest of your life. Junior year, you're going to study abroad for a second time in the country of your choice. And senior year, there's just a capstone-like project where you essentially like report back to the university about your experiences. Students that have gone through this program, it is life-changing. So if you have any curiosity, please go to the website and check it out. There really, from what I understand, are only a handful of these types of programs in the country. Really neat opportunity. So if any of this information resonates for you, if you've been to campus, if you've heard stories, people have had a good experience and you want to apply, how do we do that? So we are part of the Common or Coalition application. We accept either one. You only need one. So pick which one you want and we'll take that. Each application will have one required essay, all right? This bullet point number 3, you're going to create and connect your self-reported academic record, your SRAR. So Jenna can help you with this because it can be a little bit confusing. We also have some how-to short videos that I included in that link that I shared with everybody. Basically, it's a way for you to submit all the classes that you took in high school and your grades. Okay. Rutgers uses it. A lot of universities are using it. So essentially, hopefully you only have to fill this out once and you can share it with multiple universities. Now, fourth bullet point, submit your self-reported SAT or ACT scores. Again, it's self-reported, so you just literally type in what you got. Everything, of course, will be verified, once you enroll in whatever, university it is. But right now, you can self-report. We are test optional for next year only, right? Because of COVID. So if you had a chance to take the test and you like your scores, we strongly encourage you to submit them. It just helps with being able to, make sure that you're prepared to succeed in college, because that's what we're looking for. If you haven't had a chance to take the test yet, but you intend to, we encourage you to sit for that. You can submit your application, get everything in, and then just send us your test scores at a later time if you want to add those. If you go test optional, we will be asking for 3 short answer questions in lieu of those test scores. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. Next bullet point, we're asking for a school counselor letter of recommendation. And if you want to send additional letters, that's fine. They're not required to complete your application. And if you're interested in applying to the Honors College, then you'll turn in your UAD application, the Common Coalition application. You'll get everything in, and then you'll just do a separate essay for the Honors College. That's all it is one separate essay. So here's information about our test optional process. Again, I included this in the link for you as well. So on your Common or Coalition, you're going to indicate if you're interested in going test optional, okay? If you're interested, if you mark that you are, what's going to happen is you'll submit your application, Common or Coalition. 24 to 48 hours after that, you're going to receive a confirmation email, and it's going to ask you to set up your My Blue Hen Home portal page. Okay, get familiar with that term, the portal page. So on that portal page, then there'll be 3 essays that you want to answer and submit them, and that's all you need to do. Now, if you want to get a head start, those questions are on that link that I shared with you about the test optional. So you can take a look at it and start to, think about what it is that you might want to write. Timeline to apply. Every year applications open up August 1st. We've already had students applying already. October 1st is when the FAFSA application opens up. That's the free federal financial aid form. November 1st, key date here, early action opportunity for you. So if your application is complete, okay, not just started and you submitted part of it, everything has to be in. So the Common or Coalition, the SRAR, the letter of recommendation, the honors essay if you're applying for honors, if that is in by November 1st, okay, you will receive a decision no later than January 31st, and it's non-binding. So it really is the best of all worlds. You get an answer sooner, and you keep all of your other options open. If you're considering a competitive major with limited seats like nursing or engineering, really strongly encourage you to aim for that November 1st early action opportunity. Seats do fill up fast. However, please know that if you can't meet that, there's still opportunity for those majors if you apply by January 15th, okay? So January 15th then becomes the regular admission priority deadline, and that coincides with the FAFSA priority filing deadline. And these, if you look at these in terms of columns, November 1st, this is early action column here. November 1st is the deadline. Again, it needs to be complete, not just started, but complete. You'll have a decision by January 31st as to, yes, you're into Delaware. And then by February 15th, You'll have a separate decision if you applied to honors, like yes on honors or no on honors. Also know, it is possible to join honors, our honors college, as a sophomore, and you can learn more on the website about how to do that. But encourage you to start from the freshman year, because that living community in the beginning is really beneficial. Now, the regular admission dates, January 15th is the deadline. Again, so have everything complete, and that includes the honors application. Mid-March is when you'll have an admissions decision, and then April 1st, you'll be notified about honors. So college is an investment, and we encourage you and your family to go on to our Financing Your Degree website and check out the cost of attendance for our out-of-state students. There, there'll also be a net price calculator, so you can plug in your household numbers and get a better understanding of what the investment and costs would look like for you and your family. And some data that might be helpful to know is 95% of our recent graduates are either employed or pursuing further education within 6 months. So our students are getting their degrees within 4 years, and they're using those degrees within 6 months. Been recognized as a best value. And again, you can read the stats here, but this is the financial page that you can visit. So really, in sum, between all of the different opportunities that you have, like academically, we're really friendly and flexible. If you want to combine unusual majors, our advisors will work with you to try to pair those passions. And all of the different, student life. 400 clubs and organizations that you can choose to be a part of, all right, on campus. So there is always something to do on campus. If you want Greek life, anybody interested in Greek life? Woo! We've got that. So about 30% of our students participate in Greek life. Some of that is either pre-professional or academic Greek life, but the social Greek life is popular on campus. So it's there for you, but it's not the only way to socialize. If you have interests in art, theater, music, dance, we've got clubs for those. If you're interested in, there's an outing club, there's a gaming club. We have a new esports arena where we're holding competitions. Let's see, training service dogs is probably the most popular. That's the picture here. And again, sports activities, we're NCAA Division I. There's a lot of pride within our athletics. So really, there's a lot to do on campus. So you can really unleash your ideas at Delaware. That's where you apply. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now and see if we have any questions. Okay, so a question came up. If you submit your standardized test scores, are they the most important part of your application? If not, what is? Great question. So it's a holistic review. So our goal is to try to do the best that we can to make sure that our applicants are academically prepared to succeed, all right? So we do look at your academic record and your test scores if you submit them. Now, another part of it is the level of classes that you've chosen to take. So the more honors, APs, IBs, dual enrollments that you can take, that's gonna just give more information to us to be able to say, you know what, this is really good. We feel really comfortable that these are very similar college level type classes, and this student is going to, excel and do well. But we will also look at everything else. So your activities, like tell us more about you and what you're involved with. Students, you guys have done some amazing things in your high school careers. So include everything, even if it's something that you might think is insignificant, like I read some essays about taking care of their younger brothers or sisters. Like that's huge. Like that's a lot of responsibility. So you can take something that may seem very ordinary to you. If you just give it a second thought, you can really highlight that. So it is holistic. most emphasis is on the academics and your, you know, your grades and the rigor of your classes, but everything is considered. Ben says, what is the average GPA and average SAT and ACT scores at UD? So on that link that I showed you, the admissions requirements and recommendations, Ben and everybody else, you will find that information. But generally speaking, the middle 50% is about a 3.57 to 4.03 GPA. SAT is 1190 to 1350, and ACT is 24 to 29. Again, that's mid-range. And honors program is a little bit higher than that. But you can check out those stats just by clicking on that link, like it's at your fingertips. All right. And can you tell us a bit about residence life? So residence life, Ben, fill me in. What do you want to know more about residence life? We've got two different style residence halls. So we have a traditional style long hallway with a common shared bathroom. And then we have suite style where it's 2 people in a room, 2 people in a room, and you share 1 bathroom. Pros and cons to both styles. And it varies from year to year where our freshmen are typically. So stay tuned for that, and you can check into Residence Life for more information there. If you have more questions, Ben, just let me know about that. Does university track interest? We do not track interest as part of the admissions decision process, but still, you know, just let us know that you're interested, and we're happy to answer any types of questions. We do not have any interviews during our admissions process either, but we are happy to talk with you if you have questions about anything. Okay, do you know the average GPA and test score of a student in the undergrad pre-vet track? This is a great question. So when you go to the admissions requirements and recommendations page, it's gonna show you, there's a couple links down low that you can click on, and it's gonna show you some of the more competitive majors and what those requirements are. For pre-vet, we're looking for obviously strong history of sciences within your student classes that you've taken. But you can see more on that webpage. And then dorms for all 4 years. Dorms are available all 4 years. If you want to stay in the dorms, yes, that is an option. So all freshmen have to live on campus. From that point on, about 25% of the population move off campus. So by your sophomore year, you know, there's about 75% of that class live on campus. By junior year, about 50% of your class live on campus. And then by senior year, only about 25% live on campus. So, but there is housing available all 4 years. We have a ton of off-campus housing available too. Most of it's within walking distance, and there are options to meet most every budget, from, you know, those, you know, bare bones budget to they have residents or apartments that are already fully furnished. So there's a ton of options. Rebecca, are dual enrollment credits accepted? Typically, yes. And you would work with our registrar's office to find out, to get those transferred over. Okay, next question. Which colleges are direct entry? So nursing, you need to be admitted as a freshman. Occupational therapy is another one that you have to be admitted as a freshman. We've got a 6-year program in conjunction with Thomas Jefferson for OT. So you'll apply direct entry to that. Other than that, it's good to go in direct entry with engineering. If you're not sure which engineering, we have a general engineering that you can apply to, and then you can make your decision once you've had a semester of experience to help you figure it out. But everything else, pretty much you can transfer in and out of majors. It's nice to have a lot of options. Did you guys know that the average change of major for a college student is 3 times? So, you know, if you're one of those that you're not quite sure, you can come in. We call it university studies. That's our undecided. And it's a great program because you spend your first entire academic year researching which majors might be of interest to you.
Any other questions?
Good questions.
Did you talk about the honors college?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I had a phone call, but and then are those questions still, you can apply, like decide after you apply?
You can. So you can apply at any time before January 15th for honors. So let's say you want to take advantage of early action. You get your application in November 1st. It's all complete. That's great. Let's say in December, you're like, you know, I really might want to apply to the honors per college because we're now a college. It's huge. You just go on your portal page and there will be the option to submit that extra essay. And that's all you need to do. Just get it in by January 15th.
Okay, great. I don't know if anyone has any more questions, but what do you think, like there's so many schools, right, in the Northeast area. What do you think makes Delaware stand out in particular?
That's a great question. I think, first of all, the location is really great in terms of being close to major metropolitan cities. And I know for the students that I get to work with up in northern New Jersey, like being 2.5 hours seems to be like just a good distance away. But I think the campus, we have so many resources available to you as students that major universities would have, but we've got that small campus community feel. You know, there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of spirit. And then there's also so many different things to do, like whether it's Main Street, you know, there's a mall that's really popular that's like 15 minutes away. There's just a wide variety of things to do, lots of different programming, depending on what your interest is. And I think for me, I mean, you guys, I liked it so much here that I stayed for 30 years. But so for me, what I really like, it's beautiful, but the people. So in my experiences, the people are just nice and they're friendly and they want to help and they want you to do well. And even like within our honors college, there's that spirit of camaraderie. So it's not like the cutthroat competition. It's, you know what, we want to do well. Don't get me wrong, but we're happy when you do well, you know, that kind of thing. So, I would just say there's so many options, but it's not overwhelming. It's walkable. It's fun. Like there's just a lot to do, but it's small town feel.
Yeah, I love the downtown area there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and the UD Creamery is awesome. If you guys like ice cream, there's a lot of fun flavors.
Somebody asked about how to find the EFC.
EFC.
Estimated family contribution.
Oh yeah. So go on the financing your degree page, and there will be that net price calculator. Student Financial Services is everything financial for us. Their contact information will be there as well, so you can work that out there. Here I'm seeing some more now. The EFC. Okay, what if you want to apply early action but can't take the SATs until November? No problem. Apply, get everything in. You can send your test scores later. So it's not a problem. Just email me, let me know, and I will tag your application saying, you know what, we're gonna, pause until we get that. But that way you can take advantage of early action opportunity so you can get your decision, but you can take the SAT, hopefully if it's offered. Does business need a higher GPA? So when you go on the requirements link, business, typically we're looking for students at the higher end of general admission for the GPA. Business, we are also looking for pre-calculus, a minimum of pre-calculus, calculus preferred. Getting A's and B's in those are really, that shows that you're really well prepared if you're getting an A or a B in pre-calc or calc. So that goes for business majors, engineers as well. And is it a liberal campus? If somebody could describe what you mean by liberal, that would be helpful, and I'll be happy to answer that. And then, is Delaware time off same as other colleges, same breaks? So we have our fall semester. We start September 1st and we go through first week of December is when classes end, and then you've got a week. So like maybe December 17th, 18th is when we finish our fall semester, including exams. Now we have that winter session. So starting January 2nd-ish through February 5th-ish, that's winter session. So again, you as a student, you're either going to participate in winter session in some way, taking class, study abroad, internship research, or you're literally going to stay home for 5.5 weeks. If you can work, you can earn some extra money that way if you want. So our spring semester starts late, February 7th, 8th, 9th-ish. And that means we finish the year a little bit later. So usually third week of May, and then graduation is Memorial Day weekend. So our spring break ends up being later. It's usually end of March, beginning of April. Let's see. Is campus more liberal or conservative? I guess that's going to be a matter of opinion. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that. I feel like we've got a mix of everybody. With 17,000 undergraduate students, we have a lot of, different people coming from different places and different backgrounds. And you get a mix of everything, I think, would be the only way that I would know how to answer that from my experience at Delaware. Someone
asked in the chat, do you have an equestrian team?
We have a club equestrian team. Yes, we do. And I believe you don't have to have a horse. We've got, we're right near Fair Hill, which I think they're having one of the largest scale horse events, show events. But we're really close to a lot of equestrian opportunities. And I know our equestrian team is popular.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think if anyone has any more questions. Any parting words, any, advice going into this year?
I'd say take a deep breath. Everything always works out the way that it's supposed to. I know these are incredibly challenging times for you guys, and kudos to you. Just try to stay in it the best that you can. And if you ever have questions, always reach out. You guys asking questions in this chat, that's so proactive. And those kind of skills and just doing that is going to help you no matter where you land. And it always works out okay. So I was a coach for most of my career here, and I always use my 4-2-4. So the 4-2-4 breathing method, Navy SEALs, you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 2, and you breathe out for 4 seconds. Couple of those, and that can help.
Great, thank you. Now, if students, want to get the kind of, weird, I just was going to ask and someone asked it. Can we visit in the fall just to walk around campus? Yeah, so I know people, don't live so far away. Obviously, you guys are closed as far as, visits and tours. What do you recommend for people that just want to kind of get the vibe?
Sure. So if you're willing to and you want to, you can come down after, I think, anytime now, you can do a self-guided tour, okay? And that information is on the webpage. So you sign up for it just so that we know that you're coming on campus, and then we'll send you like a virtual walking tour so you can put it on your phone and you can do. It's important to know though, there's like no buildings and no bathrooms open. So that can be a little bit sticky. Main Street, has a lot of stores and restaurants. And if you're eating there, you probably could use their restrooms. Mm. I believe, and I don't want to misspeak, but around end of September is when we're targeting to start doing guided tours again.
Oh, good.
Limited number of groups. I think it's going to be like a student and one parent There'll be a limited number of times. Again, it's going to be outside. It's going to be a walking tour only. No buildings will be open, but we're hopeful that that's going to be able to happen. So check back with us about it.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. This is super informative. I hope that you can get back to North Jersey someday soon. And
Me too. I know I miss coming up there. It's so different up there in northern New Jersey. I love coming to visit you all. So hopefully you guys will get to come down to see us. And again, if you have any questions, reach out.
thank you. Have a great rest of your summer. Only like 2 more weeks left. Not even. So sad.
Good luck. I didn't know. Is everybody, what's everybody doing for school? Are people going virtual?
It is a totally mixed bag. It is most of Essex County, if not all, I don't want to get this factually incorrect, is virtual. And then like Morris County and Union County are hybrid. Yeah, I literally, thank you, Gina. That was great.
Gina?
I was a teacher in Chatham and they moved it back 2 weeks because they're hybrid. But who knows how long that will be so oddly enough, New York City public schools have not gone virtual yet fully. So yeah, but then I have a student in Juneau, Alaska, and they're all online.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't normally have a student in Juneau, Alaska, but
That's pretty neat though. Very
I have
cool.
so many questions for him.
Yeah, right?
What is Alaska like? Yeah, so they're all online. So yeah, it is crazy, but that's why we're doing these, and that's why we're thankful for admissions counselors like you who are willing to take the time to talk as much as they can about Delaware so you can feel like you are there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I encourage everyone, find students who are at Delaware, friends of friends of friends of friends, message me. I have plenty of students there, ask questions, I try to just get the student perspectives.
Yeah. So in that first link, the virtual visits link, you can take the campus tour, and then towards the bottom in white, you can connect with students. So like you can hear their actual stories, and a lot of them are really open and receptive to if you have a particular interest in the same academic area, or maybe the World Scholars Program that they're in, or study abroad or something like that, into reaching out to them too.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of resources. And the good thing about what's happening is that the colleges have ramped up the resources. I mean, no one had these online info sessions. And now it feels like, I'm like, wait, I can't remember a time when they didn't have these online info sessions. Like, I can't believe that was only this year that they've been doing them.
Yeah. It's, I mean, that's one good thing that's, coming out of all of this.
It is. Yeah. So it is a good thing. It's not perfect. It's not maybe as good as visiting the campus, but it is certainly better than not knowing anything at all. And
True.
so if you can get there, it would be great. If not, that's okay. Apply anyway. You'll get to hopefully go to Accepted Students Day and have that experience.
Yeah. Good. Well, Jenna, thanks for all you do too, for all of these students. Yeah. That's awesome. And good luck, everybody. Rooting for you.
Everybody.
Email me if you have questions.
Thank you, Laura.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.